Today, we're going to compare the Gemilai G3006 and G3007L. There's a $100 price difference between them, but as you'll see, even though the model names only differ by a single digit, these two machines look entirely different. If you're unsure about which one to choose, I hope this side-by-side comparison will help you get a clearer picture before making your decision. Let's start with design and build quality. When you look at them from the outside, the 3007L has a more traditional semi-automatic espresso machine design, while the G3006 stands out with a bolder look, with a large steam lever and a brew group that's reminiscent of the E61 style. The 3007L also has a barista light, which is a nice touch for your brewing setup. Aesthetics are always subjective, but personally, I find the G3006 a bit more visually appealing. What do you think? The 3007L has a front control panel with only 3 buttons, while the G3006 has 4 buttons on top, plus a toggle switch for power. Both machines have a pressure gauge and an LCD screen. The LCD screens on both are identical, with the same settings. Long press the plus button to adjust the brew temperature, and long press the minus button to adjust the pre-infusion time. The 3007L has a rotary steam knob at the front, along with a 3-hole steam wand. On the other hand, the G3006 has a sleek steam lever on the side, and a longer 2-hole steam wand. Size-wise, both machines are fairly similar, though the 3007L is a bit bigger. When you pick them up, the 3007L feels significantly heavier. This is because it uses more metal in its construction. Its entire body is stainless steel, except for the water tank and drip tray. The G3006 has a stainless steel shell, but the drip tray is made of plastic, making it lighter overall. Both machines have a 1.7-liter water reservoir, which should easily cover multiple cups of espresso before needing a refill. Let's talk about the heating systems, which are the biggest difference between these two machines. The 3007L has a dual heating system, a 550 milliliter boiler for brewing, and a separate thermoblock for steaming. This means you can start steaming milk right after pulling your shot, no waiting. That's why the 3007L doesn't need a steam button. However, it still can't brew and steam at the exact same time. On the other hand, the G3006 has a single heating block that handles both brewing and steaming. So after you pull a shot, you need to switch on the steam function and wait for the thermoblock to heat up to steam temperature. Once you've steamed your milk, you also need to wait again for the machine to cool down to brew temperature before pulling the next shot. The G3006's brew group has 2 built-in heaters to help keep the temperature stable, while the 3007L gets its heat from the boiler to maintain temperature. Even though the 3007L, being a boiler machine, kept its brewing temperature consistent throughout the process, the G3006 did experience a small temperature drop toward the end of the extraction, but it's still more stable than many thermoblock machines. Another thing to keep in mind is startup time. The G3006 heats up quicker, getting ready in about 1 minute, while the 3007L takes around 5 minutes or sometimes longer. However, for both machines, I usually recommend letting them warm up for an extra 5 to 10 minutes to hit the ideal brewing temperature. In terms of steam pressure, the 3007L has a steam wand with a 3-hole tip, while the G3006 uses a 2-hole design. Both machines produce powerful steam, but I found the G3006 delivers steam more quickly. It's one of the strongest in its price range compared to other thermoblock machines I've tested. Both can steam milk in about 30 seconds, which is pretty impressive. Let's pull some shots and see how they compare. Both models come with Italian-made Oca pumps that deliver up to 15 bars of pressure. When I dial in the grind to pull an 18-gram dose, yielding around 36 grams of espresso in 25 to 30 seconds, the pressure usually settles around 11 to 12 bars. This is perfectly fine for making good espresso, so I don't worry too much about hitting exactly 9 bars. They don't have an external adjustable OPV, but I've heard that this valve can be adjusted, though I haven't tried it myself. However, the 3007L does come with a flow rate adjustment screw at the bottom, which gives you a bit more flexibility for tweaking the water flow during extraction, something the G3006 doesn't have. If you like experimenting with different flow profiles, the 3007L gives you that extra option to fine-tune your shots. In terms of espresso quality, both machines perform excellently. They produce a beautiful crema with a rich and syrupy texture. The flavor is balanced, with no overwhelming bitterness or acidity. Just a smooth, well-rounded espresso. With fresh quality beans and a precise grind, these machines really punch above their weight. Now let's talk about the accessories. Both machines come with a 58mm portafilter, and the design and quality are identical. They are compatible with E61 style portafilters, which means you've got plenty of options if you want to switch to a bottomless portafilter for improved extraction visibility. The tamper is slightly different between the two. The G3006's tamper has a more ergonomic handle that feels a bit more comfortable when pressing, but honestly both tampers get the job done just fine. You also get a scoop and a screwdriver in the box. So which one is right for you? If you make a lot of milk-based drinks or need to brew multiple cups in a row, the dual heating system on the G3007L will make things easier. You can brew and steam without any weight, which is a huge plus if you're making several drinks quickly. On the other hand, the G3006 heats up faster. If you just want to get your coffee ready quickly and don't need to brew back to back, the G3006 is great. It's ready to go in about a minute. Of course, it also comes down to which design you like better. Both machines are well built and can produce high-quality espresso, so it's really about which look and feel appeals to you more. The steam power and milk frothing on both are excellent, making it easy to do latte art and make milk-based drinks. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching, and happy brewing!